I'm John Van Auken, one of the directors here at the Edgar Cayce Center in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and we're going to take a few minutes to look at the Mayan prophecy of December 21st, 2012 as the end of an age, of the world, of a calendar. We're going to find out. There are two ways to approach this. One is to use the Mayan long count calendar. But the other, which is very interesting, is to use the Aztec sun disk, which has the 5 ages on it. And that's the one we're going to take a look at. I took a picture of this Aztec sun disk and in the museum in Mexico City, and I have it here. This is actually much larger than it appears in this picture. It weighs about 25 tons. Is about 12 feet in diameter, so a normal man would only come up to about halfway the distance of this circle. It's about 3 feet deep. We're actually going to look at this center circle, but first I want you to notice these two massive serpents coming down out of the heavens here into the earth, the god of fire and the sun. And they're coming down as serpents, but then their heads come out as human heads. And this connects with the ancient idea of the descent of the serpent out of the tree of knowledge down into the earth, or the ancient Hindu idea that the kundalini, or the life force of humanity, descended out of energy into matter. And this is the symbol of the descent of this power, and us as souls or children of God coming out of pure spirit or pure energy into matter for the first time. And when we go into the inner circle, we see those early ages. Here is a close-up of the center circle. And as you can see, it has a circle in the middle with the sun god's face there. Above it is a pyramid, and then there are 4 squares going around the side. Each one of these is one of the ancient ages. The circle in the middle is the age we are currently living in, called the age of movement or change. It actually began August 11th, 3114 BC, and it ends December 21st, 2012. So the big question is, what happens after it ends? There are only 5 ages shown here. Well, actually, there are 7 ages, and the next 2 ages are very important to us. Remember the descent of the serpent energy, the kundalini life force out of the heavens, out of energy into matter, out of formlessness into form, or spirit into flesh? This actually is a reverse of that process. Let's take a look at these ages. Some people begin the ancient ages over here with the first square to the left of the pyramid, and they go around the circle counterclockwise. Others begin with the image in the square on the right of the pyramid, then go to the one on the left, and then come around. I actually prefer to begin with the one on the right of the pyramid and go in reverse order here. And you'll see that these ages fit very well with the mythology of not only the Mayans, the Egyptians, and other ancient cultures. This square here has a stylized jaguar in it, and it's called the Jaguar Sun, or the Age of the Jaguar. It was an ancient age in which we were quite powerful, quite sophisticated, but we were not really physically incarnate beings. We were more like spirits, or godlings, as the Egyptians called us. We were more like energy and spirit. As you move down, you move into the age of water. This was the jaguar was the age of earth, and now we're moving into the age of water, the age of the fish. The idea here is that as the children of God descended from the heavens, they got lost and could not see the horizon from which they had come or to which they were headed. And so the Aztecs say that the great god Quetzalcoatl, the plumed serpent or the winged serpent, descended and created a firmament so that the children could find their way. This is very similar to the story in the book of Genesis in the Bible. Then we come to the next age, the age of fire. And in this age, there was an attempt to make a physical body that was ideal for the children of God, the sons and daughters of the Creator, to use while in the earth world. And the Mayans called this the blue maize body, maize after corn. And the blue maize people were perfect in every way, and it allowed the godlings to incarnate in physical form. However, the children brought many little jealousies and weaknesses and vices with them that they stumbled over and eventually lost their way even then. And that age ended, and the Mayans and Aztecs called it the age of fiery rain, because it ended with volcanic explosions, meteors from heaven, one of which created the Carolina Bays that are so well known all through the southeast of North America, over the Caribbean islands, and created the Puerto Rican Trench. Some believe that destroyed Atlantis. The age of fiery rain came to an end, and we started the fourth age up here, in which you see a stylized turkey. The story is that the great eagles of God, the children of God, were now like little turkeys. They couldn't fly very high or very far off the earth. They were very much possessed by this world and were caught up in the evolution of matter. Here also, interestingly, the prophecy says that they began to use simian bodies, monkey bodies, to incarnate, which fits somewhat with what the story of evolution theorizes, that there was a break-off of chimpanzee or orangutan, which is about 98% the same genome structure as our own, though that 2% is very important difference, and that they may be the ancestors, physically speaking, not spiritually or mentally.